Today, I'm going to 100% Hungry Shark World, getting all the 43 sharks, 25 pets and equipment, and the most grind of the game, which is completing all the 172 quests, 4 for each shark. So before we start the video, if you guys can leave your like, hype up the video, and subscribe to the channel, would help a lot. All right, let's dive right in. We're starting off with this pretty weak, unimpressive shark. He's barely holding it together, but I have a feeling we're going to get something OP later on. So let's get this game started. Of course, we begin with the basic tutorial, just showing you the ropes of how to play. The main goal is simple: eat as many fish as possible. Every fish you eat boosts your score, and if you can chain them together without stopping, you build up a score multiplier. A bigger multiplier means more points and more coins. Now, a funny thing happened. I had to re-download my game because of some bugs, and when I opened it, for some reason, the game gifted me this golden shark with a pet. I have no idea why, but hey, I'm not complaining. With this new shark, the plan is to devour everything in our path. We're still relatively small, so we have to stick to the smaller fishes for now. If we mess with the big ones, they'll eat us instead. So we'll take it slow, eating the little guys to grow bigger. Every now and then, you trigger a gold rush. This is a fantastic bonus that boosts your score and coin earnings. It's an incredible feature because not only do you rack up points and gold, but it also makes it easier to take down other creatures. Later, after taking down a shit human, I accidentally ran into 2 sharks at once. It was too much for my little guy. 1 bite and I was done. This shark is definitely a crap. Anyway, the round ended, and as you can see at the top of the screen, there are quests to complete. Each shark has 3 basic quests, plus a final one after you complete the first 3. And then an ad pops up. It's always this whiteout survival game. Seriously, this ad appears every time I use my phone, whether I'm on Instagram or playing another game. It shows up so often that I'm actually starting to think it looks interesting. If you guys want to see it, maybe I can play it in a future video. After the round, you're taken to the shark selection screen. You can see all the sharks you own and the many others there are to unlock, ranging from the smallest size to a gigantic Megalodon. We start with the basics, but I can already unlock the second one, this pink shark here. Besides sharks, there are also pets to unlock, which provide different bonuses. Some boost your coin or point multipliers, while others give you more health. There are also daily login rewards, so let's claim this first one. You've also got skins and equipment, but most of it is locked. There's a skin that costs 15 diamonds, but I'm not spending those now. It's too early, and I don't know the best way to use them yet. We'll save that for later. The game also features several different oceans and islands to explore, though everything is locked from the start. We'll have to unlock them over time. Starting the second match, you can see the missions on the screen. These first ones are incredibly easy and can be finished quickly. For these early sharks, the objectives are simple things like scoring 10,000 points or collecting 500 coins. You can knock them all out in about 5 minutes. To unlock the full map for the level, you have to watch an ad, of course. For now, I'll just focus on eating fish and enjoying this gold rush. I'll deal with the ads later. You'll notice there are some sharks and other creatures I can't eat yet because my current shark is the weakest of them all. You need a bigger shark for bigger prey. During the gold rush, however, you can just tear through everything, earning a ton of gold and points. In the end, I died to that same shark as before, but that's all right. A prize wheel appears where you can watch an ad for a reward, which I skipped, but then an ad for some ant game played anyway. Right after that, a special offer popped up. An unbeatable promotion with a 24-hour timer to pressure me into buying it. And, well, I fell for it. I decided to buy the pack, which removes ads and gives some immediate bonuses, including some very powerful sharks. Let's see what I unlocked. Oh, here we go. I got the Megalodon. I also saw there are quests to unlock the Mecca sharkjira. It looks like a hybrid of a shark, Godzilla, and a mech. But check out the shark I was able to get from that purchase. This thing is an absolute monster. It's still at a low level without upgrades, but it has to be one of the best. It was literally the last shark on the list, so it's gotta be one of the most powerful in the game. I also bought a few small power-ups with my gems to help with points and gold. I'm trying to avoid watching too many ads because they interrupt the video, so let's equip everything and get back to it. We also unlocked Extinction mode. I'll save it for later and focus on the quest for this massive shark first. These missions will probably be much more difficult. It starts in a frenzy, destroying everything. It turns all the other creatures into blue orbs that you just have to swim through to collect, making it incredibly easy to score points. It even has an ultimate ability that creates a black hole, pulling everything in. Seriously, after playing with a beast like this, going back to that tiny, weak shark is going to feel pathetic. Time to unlock the map so we can see what we're doing. Naturally, I have to watch an ad, that ant game again. You know, it actually looks kind of fun. A lot of ads are misleading, but this one seems decent. Maybe I'll try it out later. Anyway, after the ad, they still want me to pay 75 diamonds for permanent access to the map. If you don't want to spend money or your hard-earned gems, you have to watch an ad every single time you want to see the map. The map shows collectibles, like a treasure chest I found that gave me a few bonus coins. The shark is so big that it gets stuck in tight spaces, but with a little effort, it can push through. Okay, this was kind of weird. I'm sorry. I was starting to think this shark was invincible, that nothing could kill it. Well, nothing can kill it in a fight, but it can die of starvation, which is exactly what happened. I ate everything in sight and ran out of food. Since it only cost 1 diamond to revive, I went for it to grab a few more things, but then I just starved to death again. I'm still learning the game, but we'll get better. As for the missions, I haven't completed them yet. They're much more complex for this shark. I need to defeat 5,000 enemies, score a total of 60 million points, and collect 15,000 gold. This is going to be a serious grind, but let's do it. I used the prize wheel and, after an ad, landed on the 2.5x multiplier, which is the best one, and got a nice little coin bonus. Back on the shark screen, we've unlocked a new pink one, a blue one that looks just like the shark from Finding Nemo, and a purple one that costs diamonds. We also got an orange one, which is supposed to be a sand shark. It took me over an hour of straight farming to get those 60 million points. Since we're still early in the game without many upgrades, it's a tough challenge. I decided to get the hard quest for the powerful shark out of the way first. After that, going back to the weaker sharks and their simple quests will feel like a breeze. In the middle of that long grind, I took a break to try the new Extinction mode. It's a survival mode where you have to stay alive as long as possible to fill up progress bars. The final reward is a special currency used to buy the very last, most powerful sharks. So I'll have to come back here to farm repeatedly. I won't show all the boring grinding in the video, but this mode feels a bit repetitive for my taste. Since I was farming for so long, I earned enough coins to fully upgrade the shark to its maximum level and equip some pets to help out. After a tedious grind, we finally completed all the missions for this powerhouse. Now it's time to go back to the beginning and work on the weaker sharks, like this golden one. To make it a bit more capable, I bought some gear and cosmetic items for it, and honestly, it looks pretty neat now. The final quest for this shark was to collect all the cash in the Pacific Islands. All I had to do was swim around and gather the money. It was straightforward and didn't take long. At first, I was a little confused. I thought I just needed to score points and collect gold. Then I noticed the shark was sucking up floating banknotes and realized the objective was to collect that specific currency. After finishing all of its missions, I went out in a blaze of glory with a cinematic explosion. Next up is the pink shark. Look at these missions. They're a cakewalk. 25,000 total points, eat 5 of a certain fish, 1,000 coins. It's incredibly simple. So I won't go into detail about the missions for these early sharks. They're so basic that I'll just let the video roll and show you as I unlock them. I'll save the detailed commentary for the final sharks because, as you've seen, they are on another level. I unlocked a bunch of sharks, as you can see, and some of them are pretty cool, to be honest. For now, I'm only getting the cheaper ones, including this tiger shark. It had a mission that was actually kind of cool. I had to hit a switch at the surface, which opened a new path. Down there, I found a mini boss, a giant red fish. I was a bit disappointed though. I thought it would be a tough fight, but I beat it on my first try without even coming close to dying. I completed missions for several sharks until I got to this red one. I thought its design was really creative. It looks like it's made up of many smaller fish and sharks combined to form one giant creature. Unfortunately, these mid-tier sharks don't have any special abilities. The only real differences between them are their size, which determines what they can eat, and their bite power. Only the final mutant sharks have unique skills. Continuing on, we finally unlock this giant killer whale. Look at its eyes. It looks like it's ready to hunt you down. It came with a very annoying mission. Score 25 million points above water. That's right, I had to rack up points while flying through the air. This was one of the most tedious missions I've done. It's only topped by a later mutant shark mission that requires something like 200 million points above water. The other objectives, like collecting 20,000 coins and eating 5,000 enemies, were fine. But that 25 million points in the air was a huge pain. To make the grind a little more bearable, I equipped it with some gear. Now it looks like a fierce, murderous pirate whale. And so began the pain of another long grind, farming for hours to complete all the missions. What a chore. The next one I unlocked was this big orange shark. Seriously, this thing looks just like a tiger. One of those prehistoric ones, you know? A saber-toothed tiger. Its missions were pretty simple. I had to maintain a 12x multiplier for 50 seconds, eat a couple hundred different types of fish, and earn 5,000 coins during a single gold rush. It was all very manageable. You could do it all in one run. For its final quest, I just had to hunt down a bunch of jellyfish across the map until the mission was complete. A piece of cake. Following that, I kept progressing, unlocking more sharks and doing its missions. Most of them were easy to do, just time consuming. Even though they look pretty cool, they aren't as strong as the Apex ones. And after that, the first one I got was the ancient Megalodon, the so-called original Apex predator. And I'm gonna be honest, it is a cool shark. His ability is okay, but really doesn't come closer to how strong the next ones are gonna be. Until I unlocked the meltdown shark. And this is where things start getting really good. It has a special ability. This creature is simply incredible. It racks up points and gold like crazy. Its ability lets it shoot a stream of green liquid, like a fluid machine gun. It's really effective for clearing out everything in your path. While it doesn't compare to the final sharks we'll unlock, it's definitely a step up from what we've seen so far. As you can see, I'm scoring a massive amount of points with it, already at 2 million in under a minute. This thing is a beast. It has a mission similar to the last one, where you have to hold a multiplier, but this time it's for a full minute instead of 50 seconds. It's still pretty easy to achieve if you can chain a gold rush into a mega rush. After completing all of its missions, we unlock the Mecca shark. This is, without a doubt, the most powerful and best shark I've used in the game. You'll see, its special ability is completely broken. First, it fires this sweeping green laser that just annihilates everything. After you fired the full laser blast, the shark unleashes a gigantic explosion, wiping out anything nearby. You can farm so many points with this. It's just unfair. I went from 1 million to 4 million points in a matter of seconds. I actually hit 100 million points in a single run, which happened to be one of its quests, and it only took about 16 minutes. The ability recharges so fast. You use the laser, trigger the explosion, and 5 or 10 seconds later, it's ready to go again. You could probably hit 1 billion points if you played for an hour. For its final quest, we had to hunt down specific red enemies around the map. Once they were all eliminated, the mission was complete. It's kind of sad that I have to stop using it now because I really enjoyed this shark, but don't worry. Once we finished all the quests for every shark, I'm coming back to this one. That explosion is the best ability so far. But the next one is no slouch either. Take a look at this monster. Its ability is a bit different, with 3 distinct levels. At level 1, a greenstone orbits the shark, shooting out smaller projectiles. At level 2, it gets 2 yellow stones, making it significantly more powerful. But it truly becomes formidable at level 3, with 3 red stones that fire a continuous laser beam, destroying swarms of fish. You just swim around and everything dies. Its quests were surprisingly easy to complete. The next one, Cosmic Allen, was a letdown for me. The design is cool. He looks like an alien and has a black hole ability that sucks enemies in before exploding. But compared to the others, he felt very weak. Worse, his main mission was absolutely absurd. score 200,000 points above water. That means I had to spend all my time killing birds and people on the beach. I honestly couldn't stand it. I had to use diamonds to skip the mission. The grind was too long and tedious for a shark that I found so boring to play. Next up is the abyssal shark. Its missions were more reasonable. It still required a high score, but it could be done underwater in a specific ocean. You just had to use its fire or ice powers. The ability itself is mediocre. You just get these fireballs that circle you and damage enemies you swim past. It's pretty weak. Honestly, the black hole shark was probably stronger, but at least the missions for this one weren't as agonizing. After that, we unlock this fat shark. Seriously, you could call this a whale instead of a shark. On top of that, its gameplay felt clumsy and I wasn't a fan. I've been pretty disappointed with these last few sharks. Its special involves charging forward at high speed, surrounded by flames, ending with an explosion. On the plus side, it's very efficient for scoring points. As you can see, I hit 8 million in about a minute. The missions weren't too bad either, asking for 50 million points in total, which is much more reasonable than 200 million above water. Whoever completed that mission without skipping deserves a medal. The next one is the quantum shark. I found its concept to be creative and quite effective. It shoots out a volley of lasers and can create portals to travel through. While inside its portal tunnel, it becomes stronger and can one-shot almost anything in its path. Its quests were pretty standard. 50 million points, 5,000 enemy kills. It was a bit of a grind, but the shark is fun to play, so I didn't mind. The final mission, however, was a mystery. It required completing a secret race within 15 seconds. I searched the entire map and couldn't find any race. I even looked up a video on YouTube, and although I went to the same spot and did the same thing as the person in the video, the race never triggered for me. After trying for a long time, I gave up and used diamonds to skip it. Despite the mission bug, I think this is one of the best sharks in the game. Then we have Francis. I bought all its upgrades right away to speed through the missions. We started in the China Seas, and the quests were the same old repetitive stuff. Score 40 or 50 million points, kill 7,000 enemies. Its ability is also quite weak. It spins around and can then unleash a force field-like explosion. That's its only strong move. I felt it wasn't as efficient at scoring points on a large scale compared to the others. Its final mission, however, was unique and kinda cute. I had to rescue its baby. You find it trapped in a specific location, and freeing it completes the quest. Finally, we've reached the last shark, the clown. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting much from this one, but it completely blew me away. This thing is absolutely insane for scoring points. It stretches out like a balloon and bounces off everything. I don't know if it has a built-in score multiplier, but the points just pour in. I went from 3 to 10 million in seconds. If you want to farm gold, points, or anything else, this is the shark to use. Of course, it's an endgame shark, so it takes a while to unlock. Unfortunately, I forgot to record myself doing its quests. I had stopped the recording, and when I came back, I forgot to start it again. But don't worry, the missions were incredibly fast because this shark scores so ridiculously quickly. I hit 50 million points in just a few minutes. As you can see from one run, I got 48 million points in under 6 minutes. It's just broken. From now on, if I'm just playing for fun, I'll probably use this one or the Mecca shark. With that, we've unlocked every shark in the game and completed all their missions. To get 100% completion, I bought all the remaining pets and equipment. Then, to wrap up the video, I decided to do a final comparison between two of the top tier sharks. The first superpowered one I unlocked, the one that turns enemies into blue orbs, and the Mecca shark. I wanted to see which one could score more points in about 2 minutes. The big blue shark managed to score about 7.4 million points in just over 2 minutes. Now for the Mecca. In the end, the Mecca shark still won this matchup. That final explosion after the laser is just too good. It scored over 21 million points in roughly the same amount of time. So the victory goes to the Mecca, which puts it in second place overall, right behind the clown. And after that epic battle, we can finally end the video here with 100% completion in Hungry Shark World. If you enjoyed this, I'll bring more mobile game videos. I've already got a few more games in mind, so prepare for more videos soon. That's all for now. See you in the next one.